Hi everyone, it's Lisa Mears here. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to be making a Valentine's Day card using some of the new products in Pretty Pink Posh's January release. I am going to be using the layered heart lattice stencil, and this stencil is a two-layer stencil. It has a beautiful lattice pattern with some hearts. You can color these two stencils up with different color inks to create a really pretty lattice design. I'm also going to be using the big Valentine Cupcake die set. This cupcake has everything you need to make a cupcake, and it can be used for other occasions, not just Valentine's Day. So if you wanted to make a birthday card from that cupcake, you totally can do that. I'm also going to be using the XOXO heart border. This is such a beautiful border. It has stitching all through those letters and hearts. And I'll also be using the sentiment strips Valentine. I'll be using two of the sentiments on this set, which include the love and the XOXO. If you're interested in any of these products, I will have them linked in the description box below. I'm going to start out with the stencil, and I have a piece of white cardstock here, and I'm adding the first stencil in the set, which is the hearts, and I'm going to ink up my hearts with the Festive Berries Distress Oxide ink. So this is just a red, it's a really pretty bright red ink, and I'm going to color up all of those hearts with this ink. After I finish inking up those hearts, I will remove that stencil and add the lattice design. This is the stencil B, and for this stencil I'm adding the Kitsch Flamingo Distress Oxide ink, and this is a really pretty pink ink. So I'll go ahead and ink up that entire design on that stencil. And when that is done, I'll go ahead and remove that stencil, and you can see that really beautiful background. Next, I'm going to work on my cupcake, and I went ahead and die cut all of the different parts to the cupcake. I love this die set because you can die cut all of the parts in different color cardstock and then piece it all together. So here I did the frosting with some pink cardstock, and I'm just inking up the edges with the Kitsch Flamingo Distress Oxide ink. You can see here I'm putting a piece of white cardstock in the openings of that frosting just so that I can get that ink inside of that frosting, make it look like it has a whole lot of depth to it. I also die cut two of the hearts, one out of white cardstock and one out of a brighter pink cardstock, and I'm adding some more of that Kitsch Flamingo ink around the edges. I die cut the cake part of the cupcake from some brown cardstock because I wanted to have a chocolate cupcake, and here I'm inking it up with some dark chocolate ink from Scrapbookcom. And the wrapper for my cupcake I die cut with some pink metallic cardstock. I think that is so pretty. And here I'm just gluing these pieces together. So I'm gluing the cake part to the wrapper, and then I'm going to glue the frosting to the cake. So you can see how easy it is just to put that cupcake together because there are only 3 pieces to just the cupcake. But here I'm going to add some hearts to it, and I'm going to take my hearts and add a little stamp inside of those hearts. I'm using the sentiment strips Valentine, and I'm stamping inside the word love and also XOXO, and I'm using some of the Festive Berries ink so that they have a red sentiment on there. I wanted these to look like the little conversation hearts candies that you get on Valentine's Day. So that's what my goal was here with these hearts, to resemble those conversation heart candies. I'm going to go ahead and stick those in the frosting of my cupcake. And I'm also going to be bringing in this XOXO border. I die cut this with some red metallic cardstock, and I love this border because you can actually snip it off to be the size that you want. If you actually wanted to snip off all of those X's and the hearts and use them separately, you can do that. Because of the way that this die is put together, you can easily snip off wherever you want, and you're not going to be left with a jagged edge. I'm going to go ahead and glue that border down at the bottom part of that card layer, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue those hearts to my frosting, and then I will add the cupcake to my card. I'm going to add my card layer to the front of an A2 size white card base. And of course I need to add a topping to this cupcake, so I'm bringing in the Pretty Pink Posh Sweetheart Shaker beads. These are small little beads that are white, red, and pink, and I'm going to add them to the frosting. So here I'm just using some of my Tombow liquid glue. I added a few glue dots to the frosting, and now I'm just going to pour over these shaker beads onto the top of the cupcake. And I'm just using my Scrapbookcom stack and sort tray to catch the remaining beads that don't catch onto the glue. I think adding these shaker beads just adds that extra special touch to this card, and I love how this turned out. So if you're interested in any of the products that I used today, check the description box of this YouTube video for product links. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like videos like this and want to see more, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, turning on your bell notifications so that you'll be notified every time I release a new video. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.